But you said this was real time, right?
Yeah, yeah. So right here where it's at 0, that's
Wait,
my
wait,
buy
what?
position. Right now I'm
Oh,
below
you
my buy position. I did something stupid and I placed a market order while this area was going up.
wait. Can you move your mouse? I can't see what you're talking about.
I bought here. What's up, man? And it's now going down. That's called catching the rocket. So the price was going up, and I was like, "Oh shit, let me get some of that." And I bought in, but now it's coming down. So don't do that. Where the fuck is Bryce? Welcome, y'all.
Hey.
This is Josh.
Hey, Josh.
Hey, what's up, bro?
Not much.
But okay, you're supposed to be able to move your mouse, right? So I can see what you're talking about.
Wait, what are you talking about? Oh, there's Bryce.
I'm talking about like to see what you're talking about. Because
Are you not in
Hey,
this?
what's up, Bryce?
You see my mouse going in circles?
Is it a square or a cross?
Yeah.
No, man. I just see it in the same spot by market depth.
Market depth.
Yeah, where it says chart. And then right next to it says market depth.
All right, we're gonna.
It's right on. It's like it's lagged or something.
Can you see that? The circle?
No.
Only half.
Oh yeah, I can. Yeah. I can see that.
Okay.
Now I see that. Yeah.
All right. So the gang's all here. What's up, Bryce? You got your audio on?
Man, Bryce.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. All right. So what was that rocket thing you were talking about? Now that I can see.
I'll get back to that. Okay. So we're gonna start with analysis. You gotta analyze stuff before you make any trades. So this is TradingView. I don't know if you guys have an account already.
I have not, but I've been looking at the pictures you posted and watched a lot of Crypto Zombies views.
Okay. You got some chocolate or something?
Yeah,
on your
it
nose?
has coffee.
You got coffee on your nose. Okay, so this is the chart. You can do different time frames up here. Here's the daily. If you're hodling, daily is good. But
You
for
have
you
to
guys,
use that little pin thing.
what?
Man, my bad, but use that little pin thing so we can see where you're going, because your
This?
mouse isn't real time. It's like lagged or something.
So up here's the daily, right?
Okay.
I would
Yeah,
recommend you guys start on the 4 hour or the 1 hour because those time frames go more slowly. So if you, for instance, do the 1 minute, you'll see this thing's going all over the place. You'll freak out, think you're missing out, and make a bad decision. So on the other hand, 1 hourly goes way slower. You can see the overall trends and not get caught up in a like fleeting trend, make a bad decision. So the longer the time frame, the more validity it has, and the stronger the movement. So sticking with strong movements, like if you were to buy here, you would make a lot of money. Whereas if you were to buy here, well, it looks like a big move. That's only like 10 bucks. 30
Is this
bucks.
with Bitcoin in general? What we're looking at, or is this like a chart of cryptocurrency?
This is Bitcoin. So first indicator we're gonna see here. Let me load up a fresh template. I don't know. Oh, I think she's in the shower. Yeah. So fresh template. This is what you guys will see when you first log on. These are the candles, what they're called, but we'll go over that in a minute. We're gonna jump right into an indicator. So this first one I want to talk about is called pivots.
I can learn to understand you much better if I can get familiar with the way you talk. Thank you for permission.
So you want to do pivots, and you want to come in the settings and change it to Fibonacci. I also don't show historical pivots. So here, these create what's called horizontals, and they're computer generated at the start of every week, or at the start of every time frame. It's weekly for 1 hour through days, and for 30 minutes or 5 minutes, you get something a little different. That starts at the start of every day. But the importance of this is that everybody is looking at these same lines. So you see right here, you guys can see my mouse, right?
Yeah.
So it came up, it punched through this pivot, and then it took off, right? And then it came back down and it hit R3 again. And as soon as it did, it rebounded back up. So that just shows the significance of these horizontals.
What is R3?
So you get support and you get resistance. So S1, S2, S3, the higher the number, the more significance. Now, when Monday opens up, we'll get a brand new set of these starting over here. So that's pivots. Dude!
What? Hey,
The fuck?
what causes resistance?
So all of it is like mass psychology. So the resistance is there simply because people believe it's there. So we'll cover a little bit of that later in hive mentality. But let's talk about candles real quick. So candles, they each tell a story if you know how to read them. I like to think of them as a spring or like a shuttle, a rocket ship. So like, let me see, let's zoom in. So this one, let's start right here. We closed out this one, and then we took this one up all the way, but then we came back down and oscillated a little bit. But eventually we closed out here. No, not at all. Same story here. We closed out here. We came up a lot, but there was some resistance up here. So we pushed back down, oscillated, and then we closed out here. This one tells you that we came down, then we came back up, and eventually closed out here. So the red ones, the bodies at the bottom show the close. On the green ones, the body at the top shows the close.
Was that this week when we hit 9,000 and then bounced back down?
That would be right here.
Now, I don't see a red wall of resistance above that 9K though.
I do not have it drawn in, but so again, they're all imaginary. So you have to figure out what other people are thinking. You have to extrapolate from this what you see in the charts and what other people could be seeing. So so that's candles. So again, let's look at give me my pen. Let's look at this one here. So we came up and we hit 9,000, and then we came down, oscillated a bit, and then we came down a shit ton. But there was a lot of resistance here, so we pushed back up and closed here. Now, normally that would tell you that there's a lot of resistance here, and there might be a chance to go back up, but we continued down. So the reason, to go back to my rocket ship analogy, so this rocket ship is coming down, but it's got its boosters flaring, right? So it wants to go back up. You could also think of it as a spring. If you hit this level of resistance, the spring is going to come down, but eventually it's going to rebound back up. So that's enough for candles. I'm going to move it along. So using those candles, we can make, we can draw in our horizontal lines. So right here, we know there's huge resistance. That's where it stopped. Also, you can see where all of them are consolidating, like right here. That's a good set of resistance. And now let's show support. There's some support, there's some support. You see how all the wicks are shooting below that, but the bodies close right above? So the reason the longer time frame shows better validity is because people know these time frames, and at the end of every hour, they're going to fight to get the price that they believe Bitcoin has value at.
When you say they're trying to fight to get the price, like they want to sell when it's at, say, 9,000 or 8,800.
Like if they believe it's going down, they're going to sell their coin or put a short in as soon as it reaches like 9,010, and that puts a buffer against the buyers. It makes it so they can't get past that point. And I'll kind of go over that in a little bit. So all these lines of resistance, good, but so when we go in to make a strategy, we're going to keep these lines of resistance in mind, lines of support and resistance. I like to keep one on the outlier. So one really crazy one, like this one. Actually, no. So this one represents our pivot, that bottom green one. So there is a very low chance that that one will be broken. So we'll keep that in mind when we go to set up our trade. These other ones, though, those are good points that they might be broken, but there's heavy support there. So the price is less likely to keep continuing down the further supports you get through. Let's add one more red one.
So sorry, is each candle a day or is it a hourly close?
This one is hourly. If you see up here at the top, hourly, but we can go into daily. That's the daily.
Oh, very cool. Okay.
But we're working on the hourly right now. So I'm gonna move this one down a bit too. There, so you see how this top one lines up with this? That was about 9,020. And also round numbers and things like that, those hold significance. You gotta think you're working with people, right? And people hold significance for different things. So you have to kind of anticipate that. So horizontals, okay, one more indicator I wanna show you guys. Stock RSI, stochastics. Oh shit, I'm looking at. There. All right, so this basically shows momentum. When you're in this top area, that is basically an indicator to sell. And when you're in this bottom area, it's an indicator to buy. Once we get up in this top area, we don't normally stay there that long. Same with the bottom. So right now, using this based on the hourly, I would say we're headed down. And it looks like we're already fulfilling that.
So with you personally, do you find yourself selling much Bitcoin or do you buy on the lows? Because I know you can trade it out for other coins that you think might be advantageous when crypto is high. Say you could go high for Bitcoin and buy Ethereum if it were low, or Litecoin. Do you do that at all?
You can do that, but I make more money on this. Personally, all my coins, I just buy them and I forget about them. Stick them in the wallet and forget about them.
So you're buying on lows then and then, waiting for it to go high?
Actually, I don't really care what price it is when I'm hodling coins. You can do what's called dollar cost average. So you have $1,000 to spend. You put 100 in on Monday, put 100 in on Tuesday, 100 in on Wednesday, and eventually it'll balance out and you'll get a good mix of the prices.
Interesting.
So,
say if
When I
you just
had my
went full
surgery,
bore in on
they
like a
gave me,
Tuesday, put 1,000 in, and then the
medication,
price
but-
drops. That's like kind of kicking the nuts. But if you dollar cost average, you spread that money out through the weeks, maybe you buy
You get
high,
your
maybe you buy on low,
like your
Yeah.
nose
and then
and
you ride
stuff.
the wave.
Mm-hmm.
So they gave me.
Now, if you were to
like
do that throughout
a itch.
the whole history of Bitcoin, you'd end up like somewhere around here. So you'd end up paying like 6,600, which isn't too bad. Not the whole history, but the last 3 years. Hey, can we we're trying to have a meeting. Could we get some quiet?
You got a bedroom?
Henry, let's go hang out in my bedroom.
Yeah. No girls allowed.
Are my other two buddies online? What's up, Bryce?
How's it going?
Nice hair. Growing it out again?
Well, haven't gotten it cut. I need to. It's getting bad.
What's that wave called?
Oh, look at Joshy Poo.
Frame.
RSI.
It's just a thing you can click in TradingView.
You get that up here at indicators. So that's how you get the RSI and the pivots that we talked about.
Okay. Hey, John, you were talking about based on what you think people are gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Explain more on that.
So more on that. So you got the hive mentality and the technical analysis, which we're doing here. And if you spot the trends and you can anticipate them, then you can trade off of them. So here's an example of my current TA. This is what I'm looking at. It's really strange how they follow these patterns. And if you catch them early enough, you can take advantage of it. So here, this is called a bull pennant. And you see how they just came up, they came down, they came up, they came down. And if you can predict that, then you can short up here, long up here, and just make money off the oscillations. So now they broke out of this formation, and now they're headed up on a continuance of this platform, on this support. So I'm in at a long right here, which was dumb. I shouldn't have done that, but we'll go over that in a second. I'm doing this so I can teach you guys.
When you say short, you mean short-term investment and then long-term investment?
No. So a long and a short, we'll cover that in ByBit. But on the predicting the price bit, so you've got your technical analysis, but you've also got fundamental value. So that's a lot of what I've been preaching on you guys. Like people are trying to get away from inflation and they're using Bitcoin as a store of value. So everyone in the group was looking at this pattern and saying, oh yeah, it's about to dump, short, it's going down. But I know that there is buy side pressure that's pushing everything. So like this symmetrical triangle here normally doesn't indicate direction. So when we're at a 50-50 on which way it can go, I always lean bullish in late times because of what's going on. So you got to keep an eye out for the fundamental value and the news, what's happening.
And bullish means you're buying in.
Yeah. So I'm longing in this area. I'm looking for it to go to 9,400. So that's about it for technical analysis. There's infinite more things you can learn and do, but I would recommend just sticking with horizontals to understand where the price might start and stop, and RSI to give you an idea of when it might turn around. So let's get to the fun part. So ByBit. This is ByBit. So there are a few panels here. This is obviously the price currently. I'm on the 1 hour time frame right now, which is safe. It's easy. You don't feel stressed out because the price isn't moving all over the place. Here's the 5 minute. Conversely, it's a little all over the place. And if you keep an eye on the 5 minute, I've done this tons of times, and that's actually how I got into this trade, which I'm now down $2. But I was seeing it shoot up. So I was like, oh yeah, I want to get some of this. And I bought in, but now it's headed back down. If I were on the hourly, I would have seen maybe that, yeah, that's a pretty long candle. It's probably getting ready to come back down. I probably shouldn't buy in there. Actually, what I should do is probably expect it to come back down. You see how this one, it went up, but then it came back down and tested the area of this candle. So if I were to predict that, I could have said, okay, it's up here now, but it's probably going to come back down around this area. And I could have made a good deal on this long.
What would you sell that as, though? If you're mainly dealing in Bitcoin, are you turning it back into USDC?
No, it's Bitcoin for Bitcoin. So it's basically betting, pretty much. So I hold Bitcoin and I bet Bitcoin. So when I place a long here,
Oh, so it's like a blackjack table. You're leaving your money on the table, waiting for it to potentially go up, or you kind of pull it out in sections and then hold on to that, and then you're leveraging your money. You're putting it on. Say, you put in $100. You don't want to lose it all, so you only leave 40 in. If
Yeah.
it goes well, you take that 40 out at 60,
yeah,
or you lose it all.
yeah, totally. That's exactly how it works.
Man, I suck at blackjack.
So the thing
I'm
about
actually pretty
blackjack
good at
versus
blackjack.
this is you can't technically analyze blackjack, but here you've got telling signs of what the price might do. So
Okay.
here the order book, I like to take a look at this. So this basically tells you that we have a lot more sellers right now. So this is a good quick glance way to see the strength of the sellers and the buyers. Right now it looks like the sellers are going to stomp over this small increase here and drive the price down. So just something to look at. Also, we've got your main trading panel over here. First, there's limit, market, and conditional. And Bryce, I think you know what all these are, but you guys haven't traded before, right?
No.
Okay, so limit is basically, this is the price I want to buy it at. That is the price I'm going to buy it at. No wiggle room. Market is whatever, I need it now. Give me some. And conditional is when we hit this price, I want to buy at this price. And then again, how many?
And you can do that for pulling out as well, right?
Yeah. So you can actually, I've got a few here. So this was my original buy, $50 at 10 times leverage. So it's 500. And then if it drops to 89, what's up?
So you can conditional. You can basically just put in like a stop loss.
Yeah. So that's this conditional market trigger here.
Okay.
And I'll show you that in a minute. I'm probably going to have to close this out at a loss.
So with someone who is not working from home, I'll use myself as an example. So I'll be at Boeing. Phones are pretty frowned upon, but if I have a whole bunch of stuff set up on my computer, I could essentially go to work with, or can you use this on your phone as well?
Yeah.
So pretty much every time I go take a shit, I can check out the prices and put in stop losses, or I want to buy it as soon as it hits this.
Yeah.
On my next break, come back and evaluate.
Yeah. And I normally do that like every night. If I'm in the middle of a trade, I'll put a stop loss that if it hits this point, like all hell is broken loose and my technical analysis is out the window.
And the
Close
trade
it.
is you're not trading with someone, you just have your money on the way.
You are trading with someone.
Oh, you are? Okay.
So when I got this 500 here, I was buying it from a seller that was selling it, essentially.
Oh, okay.
Now, I don't actually own that 500. I put 50 of it down of my own money, but it was times 10, so now it's worth 500 in the market, and that's just ByBit's money. So on leverage, Bryce, have you ever leverage traded?
Who?
Bryce?
No, I have not.
Okay. It's super fun, more risk, more reward, but we'll cover that real quick. So give me my whiteboard. Come on, motherfucker. Oh, shut up. Can you guys see the whiteboard? Or are you still on the... Okay, here. There, can you see it?
No.
Oh, there it
yeah.
is.
Okay. So say I want to buy at $100. If I do 1x and the price drops to 90, oh, right, so I'm doing $10 at 1x. If the price drops to 90, then my thing is now $9. But if I do 10x, $9 or minus 10%. What the fuck? Where'd it go? Ah, damn it.
Technical difficulties.
Okay, so if it goes down 10%, my fee goes down 10%, or my cut. If it goes up 10%, then my cut goes up 10%. On the other hand, if we do 100% or 10 times leverage and it goes down to 90, then I lose 100%. 10 times that 10% drop. So I'm liquidated. However, if it goes up, then that's 100% increase, and I now have $20.
And when you make a trade, you select the leverage multiplication, I guess?
Yeah. So let's go back in to this. So here's where you select your leverage, and that applies globally to everything on your account. You can only have one open
I'm
position.
sorry, where do you select your limit? Oh,
Over
on the
here.
limit.
So that applies to everything globally on your account. You can set up multiple accounts with the same email address, but as far as I know, you can only have one open position at a time. I would highly recommend that you guys start at 2x. Start with like $50 or less. I wouldn't trade anything more than like a quarter of your total holdings.
And you can't just put 50 USD in here. You got to transfer from BlockFi or something.
Yeah, it's got to be Bitcoin. I think you can do USDC.
So if you're leveraging, then you can end up losing more than your total holdings, right?
Ah, yes, good point. So that is not true.
Okay.
If you are liquidated, then if you do an isolated leverage, then it only liquidates what your current bet is. So I would just lose this $10. Bye-bye. But if you do I forget what it's called, but there's another option that I really, really don't recommend. But there's a way that you can leverage your whole account against one bet, so that if it goes down past $90 here, it will just keep eating away your funds until you have nothing. So don't do that. But the way to get around losing your money is a stop loss. So we're going to put a stop loss in here at $99. So if the funds drop to $99, then it will close out my order and I will still have $9 left. Now,
Well, that's what the stop loss is. That's what it's kind of.
yeah. And
that's the only condition you put on that trade?
no, this is the other condition. This is my take profit.
What is that?
Take profit.
Oh, okay.
And we'll
Gotcha.
call that.
You have a window there?
Oh, wait. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
The profit line?
Yeah, so that'll be my take profit. Meaning if it gets up there, take all the money out, I'm happy with $19. Which I definitely recommend. Don't aim for like up here, because it might happen, but you'll lose more than you win. Also, make sure you keep this ratio pretty low. So risk to reward, you want to keep it like at least under 1/3. 1/10 would be even better starting out, but you kind of run the risk of the price doing this and then closing you out prematurely. So you got to kind of weigh it. Maybe open it up a bit, maybe move this out, but you want to have a good risk to reward ratio. if you do this, if you have like 1/3 risk to reward and you win 2 out of 3 of your trades, then you're making money.
Winning 3 consecutive trades.
Well, I have lately, but if you keep it 1 and 3 and you only lose 1 out of 3, you're still making money. You still got that 2 out of 3.
So how much have you been trading a week on ByBit?
I'll show you guys that in a minute. We got like 12, 13 minutes. Let me see what else we got here.
Why is this limited, man? That's bullshit.
Limited?
Yeah, why is there a time frame?
Time
Like 40
frame.
minutes?
What?
The 40 minutes.
On the Zoom. On your
Oh,
Zoom.
yeah, I don't know. We might be able to close it out and come back in. I'm not sure. We can go over that if we want to.
Yeah, man, because I wanna understand these. What I want to talk more about the trends and the signs.
Okay.
Oh, it just said the meeting has been upgraded.
What? Did it?
Yeah.
Upgraded to
screen.
what?
I don't know. It said you upgraded to unlimited minutes.
What? I hope I didn't pay anything for that.
Automatic.
It just
I didn't give him any info. So.
and then it went away.
Okay, so next part is quantity. So I've got my leverage at 10 times. My quantity is at 500. That just means my position size. So take that 500, divide it by 10, and it'll be 50 actual dollars that I'm putting towards this.
So this graph, does it have a built-in TradingView graph on ByBit?
Yeah, see chart by TradingView.
And does that link to your TradingView account?
No, this is their own TradingView.
Okay.
So
What's up?
that quantity USD in the corner under your leverage on the limit menu, that's leveraged $50. So that's what that automatically means, is that that's really only 50 real dollars. But since you have to scroll up to 10 times, it automatically puts 500. So it shows on the
You enter this manually. So you got to do the math on your own. So if it was 5,000, then I'd be putting down 500. But yeah, you put that in.
I guess I'm a little confused on how you trade Bitcoin for Bitcoin instead of converting it from a USD. So say you're going to put in $50 worth of Bitcoin and you want to buy it at a certain price.
Let me just close this out. I'm gonna lose a couple bucks, but whatever.
So you're finding someone who's selling that amount, say, for the equivalent of 20 USD worth.
Yeah.
Why would someone sell lower?
Those are the bears.
Why do the bears want to slash down price?
Because you can short it as well. So we've got the quantity, gone over limit and leverage, long versus short. So let's do a short because it's weird. So I'm going to put $50 on a short, and I want to do it at, hang on, I need my keyboard. I'm going to do it at 89.79. Call it 89.80. Post only, I recommend, if you hover over it, it'll give you a quick explanation, but basically it means you get paid to put this transaction on the market. You're providing liquidity. So we're going to short it. Take profit, put whatever you want in here, but just keep it at a good risk to reward ratio. I normally just keep it at the stock values, and 25% take profit, stop loss 5%. So if it goes over $9,020, it'll close me out and cut my losses. And if it goes down to 87.55, then I will close it out and take profit. So this is how a short is different from traditional buying that you're used to. I'm buying high and selling low and making money off of that.
Okay, so are you essentially just putting in the price of one Bitcoin to make it easy? Do the math there. So saying,
I did not. Oh shit! I didn't mean to do that. Fuck, that's a big order. Okay, 500 at 89.75. Taking profit at 25. Stop loss at 5%. So,
And this is leverage at 10, right?
yeah, so 10 times. The position is 500, but what I'm actually putting up is $50.
Yeah.
And that's there, 0.005 Bitcoin. So we will confirm that, and there's my order. Now, if the price comes up to that value, it'll automatically execute the order and open the trade up.
So we got to wait, or you'd have to wait for it to raise a little up to that threshold, right?
Yeah, but I can do a market order just so we can get this ball rolling.
Market order.
And again, a market order is when you're like, I don't care what the price is, I need it now. So it's going to fill this, whatever these buyers are selling it at, it's going to take those at the highest price available and give it to you.
Okay. So then do you recommend we start out on this with $50?
On which? On market?
Yeah.
Definitely not. So market is for impatient people, and we are not impatient people. We want to plan, and we want to attack. So for illustration, you can see I've got my order open. We'll just pretend that that limit executed. I don't recommend doing markets. It promotes, impatient behavior, and you don't want to do that. So we've got my open position here at 89.72. This is my stop loss. So if it goes above this, it will close the account. So I'm going to move it up a little bit to get outside of this candle. Now remember, this is an hourly candle. So over the course of an hour, the price went all the way down to here and all the way up to here, but it stayed within that zone for an hour.
And that's what you're trying to catch on this next candle. When it's up more to where you're
no. So I don't want it to go up. I want it to go down because I'm in a short. So I make money when the price goes down.
And where did you put your limit on the short?
My stop loss is here. My order was here.
Okay.
So if it goes up and exceeds what this candle did, which was, you can see here, the high was 90.22.
And then you have a limit on it as well?
I have a take profit, which is down here.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah,
okay.
They're both conditional orders, but in the context that you'll see it, it's a TP and a SL.
So
Okay.
I guess something I was a little thrown off with. So you're not trying to buy like 8,500 worth of Bitcoin. You're looking, for this example, throwing in 500 USD, and you're going to buy when the price of Bitcoin is at, let's say, 8,500. And then your stop loss is if it hits 9,000?
I bought it at 8,972, but yes. So I actually put down $50, which got me $500 in Bitcoin because of the 10 times leverage. But if you look down here, so this is one way to edit the stop losses and the take profits, by the way. You can just drag them around, drop them, see, order changed. But you can also come down here and hit this little pencil, which will pop up basically the same screen we saw before. So you can see if it goes over $9,031, it'll close it and I'll lose 5.59%. So because this was a $50 order, that means like $2.50. However, if it drops to 87.53, I make 25% profit, and that would be what, 12.50?
So what's the risk of the leveraging as opposed to putting in, say, just 50? Because if you did 50 and all this happened and then you lost money, you just lose $50.
Good questions, Henry.
We can do that, actually.
Did I hear good questions?
Yeah. Very, very thought out questions, man.
I got to keep up with a lot of smart people.
Shit. I don't have people like that around here.
There. So I'm going to up the leverage or reduce the leverage. So now I actually have $450 down on this. And you can see my percentage dropped a lot. So this basically opens up my possibilities to move my stop loss way out. Where's the liquidation? So if the price went to $80,000, then my $500 would be liquidated. So that gives me a lot more wiggle room with my stop loss. On the other hand, if we go back to what we were, about 10 times leverage, see, now if it only goes up to 9,800, it'll lose my $50. It's no longer 450, it's 45. So you got to kind of trade off. Higher leverage means faster returns, because essentially with the same amount of money down, you get a bigger position, but it also means that you get liquidated more easily.
Okay. So not leveraging is safer, but
It's a lower risk to reward.
so I think you're saying so if you did only the cash, just the no leverage, you'd lose like $5. But if you did the 10x, you'd lose that whole 50.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, that's pretty fucking small potatoes risk.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
So
on how much you're putting in, of course.
But that's what that stop loss is.
exactly, yeah.
You can prevent that. You can only lose, or you can make it set up where you can lose a third, like you said, right?
Yeah,
Keep
so
the ratio.
So
Not
right
too-
now, if I were to just walk away and let this happen, at worst, I would lose less than 1% of my $45, which I can live with.
Now I might be skipping to the end of the book here, but say you've got a fucking killer week. Say you made like $2,000 in this. How do you get that money back into your block buy?
You just send it over. Let me see if we have anything else to cover here. Take profits. Oh, laddering. So remember these horizontals that we set up? So normally what I would do is say the price action was right in here. Let's rewind a bit. So the price is here. I want to do a short again because I'm trying to fuck you guys up. We're doing it backwards. I'm going to do a short, but I'm going to start my entry at 89.04, this line. And I'm going to do 500 bucks on that, 50 bucks. 50 bucks, 500 positions at that line. Now, if it goes higher, because I'm shorting, I want my purchase price to be higher so I actually make more money as it comes down. So if it comes up to 89.08, I want to buy 1,000. Then if it goes all the way up to 90.28, I want to buy 2,000. Now you can see that it rarely hits this 90.28. So the chances of it hitting that and coming back down are a little bit higher. Now, of course, I would put my stop loss outside of all of these so that if it does end up going to the moon, it'll close me out before I get liquidated. Now you can take the same thing in the reverse.
If the price is going up?
Because I'm shorting, it's reversed. So you buy high and sell low.
Okay,
So if it goes too high, then I lose all my money.
I see.
Then you can do the same thing on a long. So say the price is right here. I see these resistances. I've got them planned out. So I'm going to put in 500 here, 1,000 here, 2,000 here. And my stop loss is going to be down here. Now remember, with the pivots, this is below the S3 resistance, or R3. Yeah. See, there's the R3. So I bought in here. Bam, it hit. Later in that hour, it hit again. And all the way down here, it hit again. It never hit my stop loss because that was down here. And then it kept going up and up and up. Now I'm going to ladder my exits too. So I'm going to take 500 here. I'm going to take 1,000 here. Let it ride, let it ride, let it ride. And then I'm going to close the whole thing out up here. And now I've made a good bit of money just by using these horizontals.
I see. So that's not, you're building rungs into the ladder of a trade,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah, and just get them fatter and fatter as it goes further towards the direction that you want. So if you're longing, get it fatter and fatter as it goes down. If you're shorting, buy more and more as it goes up. Because the probability of it continuing up is lower and lower, so you can take more risk. Think of it as a spring. The price wants to return to the middle.
So is it resistance when it's the red going up, or is it just the green?
Resistance is the red, support is the green. And that's just how I draw it. You guys can draw it however you want.
Okay, so in working with this graph, so say you're wanting to sell some coin, and selling is the one that I'm still trying to wrap my head around.
It's weird.
Say you want to sell at 8906. So as soon as Bitcoin hits that price, you will sell your, say, $500 worth of Bitcoin at that slightly higher overall cost, and you'll take your percentage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're not talking about shorting though, are you?
I don't know.
Okay. So let's go back to our shorting example. So the price is here. I've set up my lines. I got my plan of attack. I short 500 here, and I set these all up as limit orders, each of them with a stop loss up here. So 500 here, 1,000 here, 2,000 here, and this is short. So I want to buy high and I want to sell it when it drops to make a profit.
So you made like a multi-tiered order?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you ever want to buy high, sell low? It sounds like you just lose money.
That's how
'Cause he's
shorting
making
works. I
money
don't
off of
understand
loss.
how it works, but that's how it goes.
I'm not going to fuck with that for a minute.
It's weird. So the bad part about shorting is as the price goes down, so does the value of your Bitcoin in the trade. So you're not making the same 10% as you would when you long. But that's small potatoes.
I'm going to have to find video on that.
It's
Watch
a
it
little
again and again and again.
It's a little mind
You're
warping.
just betting against it.
Yeah, but I don't
It
know
is.
how the mechanics of it work.
Though it's
It's
like
like you. I'm not going to pretend I do.
Yeah.
it's basically like your conventional buy high or buy low, sell high, but it's reversed, and you're making money off of the devalue of the coin, right?
Yeah, but how anybody makes money off of that, I don't understand. I think maybe my theory is
Because of the leverage.
No, but how does anyone make money from buying high and selling low? My theory is that ByBit uses this data, uses our predictions to get a idea of what the market as a whole is thinking, and then they can put their own trades in based on that.
So ByBit is free, right?
Yes. Well,
This form of account.
so when you place a market order, you will be charged 0.075%. However, when you place a limit order, they pay you 0.025%. So there's that.
Okay, so they make money based off trades and percentages. It's not something like you've got to offer up your card. They're just trading coins from one hand to the other.
You don't have to give them any information whatsoever, actually.
So I'm not sure if you would know this. Bryce, maybe you would because you fucked around with stocks in the past? Question mark. I just say that because you're a handsome white person and that's what your people do. If we were to use, say, a legal website in the U.S., where would Uncle Sam take his cut out of this?
You claim your profits at the end of the year on your tax forms.
That's what this year when I did my taxes on TurboTax, it asked you if you bought or sold any cryptocurrencies.
Did it fucking really?
Yep.
I remember them asking if I had bought and sold any stock. I was like, nah, dude, I'm too poor.
So let's continue this shorting example. So I set up these 3 short positions while the price is around here. 500, 1,000, 2,000. Stop loss is up here somewhere. Whatever I'm comfortable with. If I'm looking for a big swing, I might put it up here, like way out of reach. but there's greater risk to that. Greater risk, greater reward. So you want your stop loss percentage to be lower than your take profit percentage, or you'll probably get wrecked in the long run.
Wait, repeat that again.
You want your stop loss percentage to be lower than your take profit percentage. You want your risk to be lower than your reward.
Oh, yeah, naturally.
Yeah, why would anyone do it the other way?
Because you don't want your spot to be closed out, and I don't know. So if I think the price is going to go to 9,400 and I bought in at 89.06, the price could also go down to 8,400. Then I would take my take profit to 9,400 and my stop loss to 8,400, but that would be 500 on this side and 500 on this side, so 50-50. That would be a bad idea because it's equal risk to reward. You don't want to take that. There's no benefit in that. Conversely, I would rather get a long down here, set my stop loss just right here, and my take profit all the way up there. That's a smart trade.
So what do you mean by a long down here? What is a long?
A long is the opposite of a short.
So you're buying low, selling high.
For a
So
long, you
Short
want the
is
price
you
to
buy
go
high,
up.
sell low.
Mm-hmm.
So since this shit's all automated, so when you're shorting, you're trying to like sell when it's up here.
No, when you're shorting, you want to buy when it's up here and sell when it's down
Opposite.
here.
Think about the opposite you would do when you buy high or buy low and sell high. Think about
So-
doing the
People
opposite.
want to do that. It's so hard to wrap my brain around.
It certainly
Oh,
is nice to
it
be able to
works.
make money
But
both
my
ways.
It's
understanding,
like I was gonna say it's like in an algebraic equation. What you do on one side of the equation, you have to do to the other side. You know, the opposite on the other
Joshy
side.
Poo all trying to sound smart.
That is.
Aw.
That actually kind of
But
makes
that's
sense.
what it is. The
Yeah.
world is opposite of itself, man.
You just reverse the math and you get it coming and going.
but my understanding was, so with a short, you're borrowing the shares before you pay for them. Like you borrow it, and then whenever you get out of it, you're paying for it. And then obviously with the long, that's just where you want to sell high because you buy it and then you just sell it.
Interesting. Man, that's a mind bender.
So then with leveraging, they're essentially like lending you crypto, and what they get out of it is if it goes well for you, they get a piece of that pie.
Mhm.
Very neat.
Is my
And-
brother there?
If it goes bad for you,
I've seen.
they don't lose anything. What the fuck is that? If it goes bad for you, they don't lose anything because you're paying the margin. They just close the position and take your margin, and they leave happy.
Okay, interesting.
So it's like the house, man. The house always wins. You know what I mean?
It has to. They got to pay their bills.
So let's get into how this has been going for you.
You guys want to work through the short example?
Well, I was gonna say, man, like for us to start out, I was gonna suggest, maybe we could go through a walkthrough of how we should set up, and maybe a little guide or something while we're here, because I'm kind of anxious to put my $50 out.
How you want to get set up?
Well, I mean, we could do that, man. Don't you have unlimited time now or something?
I do. Yeah, it's way past 10:45, so I think we're good.
Yeah, man.
We just have to barbecue something at some point here.
Mm-hmm.
She's trying to get baby to go to.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you make my kid cry? What's going on?
No,
So-
I didn't. He was actually doing better when I was holding him.
So let's go with what you were doing or whatever, and then let's, if I want, let's go through a walkthrough how to set something up, because I want to
So-
start after we get off.
Laying
Okay,
him
so
down.
I got my first short in here. I also want to put one here and one here, limit orders. So if it hits
Yeah.
that price, it'll buy it for me. And then my stop loss is out here. I also, something I personally do is I'll put like 2,000 positions here just outside of my stop loss. So if it comes up and just touches that stop loss or just touches that limit, but then turns back around, I'm instantly in the money.
For this
However,
scenario, you're saying You're saying that 2,000 is the amount that you're putting in right there at that point?
That will be the position size, but my margin will be only $200 because I'm at 10 times right now. Again, I wouldn't recommend you guys start at 10 times. Start at 2 times. Learn the system. Start at $50
Okay.
or even $10.
Let me ask you something. This red candle, this latest candle.
Mm-hmm.
Now this would be a good time to implement the short tactic.
So I already
Because
have a short in.
Because the trend obviously went up, peaked up, peaked at the tip of that green candle, and then went back down. And I would put money on the short that it's going to keep going down a little.
Possibly so. Let's look at the analysis. So we are at the top. The RSI is at the top. It's coming down. When you see this blue line cross the red line, that is an indicator that it's about to head downward. That cross. You see right here, it crossed the red line there, and it's an indicator that's about to go up, and it did.
What's the difference between
and those two lines on stock RSI?
Mm-hmm.
Those is one buyers and one sellers?
No, one is a 3 position moving average, and one is a 14 moving average.
The hell?
The fuck is that?
So it takes to get this data point right here.
Mm-hmm.
It takes this price, and this price, and averages them. So then you get
That's
that.
for the blue?
Yeah.
Oh,
To get
okay.
this one,
For the
it
red,
takes the last 14.
More accurate. More data points you have, the more accurate your.
so the red will be more of a wider average.
How do they move
Yeah.
together if they've got such a wide variety in days?
Wait, one question at a time. So accurate? No. I wouldn't call it accurate because right here, that's not where the price is at. That's just where it has been. But it's a good indication of momentum, where the price is headed.
Okay.
And what did you say, Bryce?
Oh, nothing.
Okay. What did you say, Henry?
How do these lines so close if the days in which they're taken are so far apart?
So it's not days, it's hours because we're on the hourly. So that would be 3 hours and 14 hours.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And then if you put it on the 4 hour line, then it's just going to do an increment of 4 hours, right? Just blocks.
Yeah,
Totally.
see, you have a totally different story on the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, I would say that it is headed to the upside.
Man, I'm starting to see why Jews like money so much.
Oh.
So,
yeah.
Josh, to your
Okay.
point, it might not be a good idea to short here because remember, the 4 hour has more validity than the 1 hour. So in the 1 hour
for how
time
long
frame,
you plan on holding it, right?
true. So on the 1 hour time frame, it might turn around a bit, but that 4 hour holds more ground.
Yeah. It's more stable.
Mm-hmm.
A more stable view of the market.
And if you look at
Because each one of those candles represents a 4 hour segment of 24 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you look at the daily, though, it's in the bull territory, and it doesn't like to stay here, so it might turn around. But this is where the fundamental value comes in, the people getting away from interest thing.
So in a sense, even if you don't use ByBit, if you just use TradingView and you just follow
TradingView.
TradingView. If you just follow TradingView and you just buy every time we have a low, whether it's even a small amount, $100, $100, and you let it climb, like you're going to be doing all right.
Mm-hmm.
A slow but steady crawl, kind of creating your own interest.
A lot of people do that. And do you mean buy like hodling buy, like put it in your Coinbase account?
Just USD to Bitcoin.
Okay, yeah. So we can actually look at that. Let's pull up the
Coinbase, BlockFi, whatever it is. It's cheaper to put into Coinbase first, right?
Yeah. So let's look at the weekly moving average. So if you bought once a week, this would be the price that you are paying essentially with all your account. So if you bought once a week for the last 7 weeks, you would have totaled your average of all the Bitcoin you've accumulated would be 69.33, and you'd be doing pretty good.
Wait. If you
So this is a weekly moving average. So
The average of what you spent on it would be 69.33, but since it's worth more than that right now, you'd be doing pretty good.
yeah,
And with Coinbase, you can put money in on a debit card, so you can essentially just do a daily transaction, cost leverage, cost average. Or if you're feeling a little tipsy on like a Saturday night and you see the price goes down, you can put a couple $100 in there, right?
for sure.
Now, do you still use Coinbase, or have you put in a set amount of money and you're pretty much just fucking with BlockFi and
So I have my money on ByBit. That's where I do all my interacting. I also have money on my Ledger, a hardware wallet. That's where most of my money is. It's in my safe. No one can touch it. Those keys
it's
are
not
my
connected online. No.
But it's being stored in Bitcoin?
It's actually stored on my wallet, on my physical wallet.
he's got a Ledger, which is like the super USB that holds the keys to his money.
So
do you use BlockFi anymore then?
I do.
Hey.
I have like 33% of my holdings are in BlockFi, earning interest.
And you can keep money in ByBit. So say you put in $200 on a Monday, it's Sunday, you're leaving with 500, but you don't actually have to leave. You can just take it all out of the trading and just sit it in there and then go back to trading the following week.
For sure. So they say don't
But
leave
what-
your money on exchanges because exchanges are vulnerable to hacking. And if they get hacked, there's a possibility you could lose all your shit. Oh, look at his market. Look at the market moving.
Isn't
Dive,
Coinbase
dive,
up?
dive.
These alerts you're getting from your group.
See, told you it was on the way down.
You're natural.
Can I open it?
Sure. What else were we gonna talk about?
Let's hear how it's going for the notorious JEW.
All right. Let me close this position because I want to lock in my $2.50. So again, it's not about making big bank. It's about accumulating. So
While you're here, really quick,
Oh, see, you did it just in time when it started going back up, springing back up.
also, I wouldn't normally close a position using market because again, you get charged that fee. If I put a limit order, what I would do is put a limit order at 88.90 or 8900, and once it gets down there, bam, I'm gonna close the order.
Shit. And then that just sold the order.
It would have if I put a limit, but because I was trying to get out of here, I just did a market.
Okay.
More questions?
oh, I was gonna ask, how do you pull up that stock RSI chart?
You go into here, indicators and strategies.
Oh, you're on TradingView right now.
Yeah, so you can
Gotcha.
do the same thing
Okay.
on ByBit, but it's not as full featured as this. You can also compare it to other things. This is the S&P 500. You can see we're kind of stomping the S&P right now, which is good. This means that we are solidifying our stance as a store of value.
Right. It's a more viable place to keep your money.
In the top left, it says you're in BTC, USD, so you can trade on different coin markets, right?
This isn't trading. This is just analysis.
Okay.
But absolutely. So XBT USD, for example, is this has a shit ton of data. This goes back forever.
And that's the one you actually were sending us the links to get the free XBT through Coinbase.
No, that's XLM. You guys want to look at XLM?
Yeah, I'm here. I already have a Coinbase account, so I need to make a second Coinbase account, get my
No,
$50.
no, not at all. So that link that I shared in the Greenhorn Bulls chat, you just click that link, you take like 20 minutes, watch a couple videos about stellar lumens, and they pay you for it. They put
Wait, what?
lemons in your account. Yeah, I've been trying to tell
I
you
have to
guys
send
that.
that link
I'm
again.
for sure gonna let that run in the background.
What's up?
Might have to send that link again.
It's in there.
You bastard.
It's pretty big.
But what is the transfer fee from Coinbase to here to TradingView?
It's the same with any transfer. So when you're doing Bitcoin, it's under $1. Like people have transferred billions of dollars for 70 cents.
So do you the primary way that you do it is you just put a set amount in as USDC, and then you transfer it over to I guess what, BitRX or one of the others?
Have you bought in yet, Bryce?
Yeah.
I've just bought straight crypto on Coinbase and then moved it because I'm impatient. But you still have to wait the 7 days before you can withdraw it, no matter what it is. So if your end goal is to get to Bittrex and you don't mind missing a pump, which honestly doesn't matter, it's just going to fluctuate, then buy USDC, move the USDC after your 7-day waiting period to BlockFi, and then on BlockFi trade that USDC for BTC, and the fees on that are relatively low.
We can use my account as an example because I put $750 in on a credit card, essentially my debit card, on USDC, which I was able to like instantly convert to Bitcoin, and then I put in $1,200. But I remember, that was a wire transfer, but I think I was able to go straight to Bitcoin.
Yeah. So you did $750 on your debit card and $1,250 on your bank transfer.
I think on the bank transfer, I didn't have to buy USDC. I think I just went straight to Bitcoin.
He bought in straight into Bitcoin when it was around 77. You bought it right before the pump.
It was either like 6.5 or 7.5. I know $1,000 is a big difference. I just can't remember.
Yeah, he got in right at the nick of time.
Damn.
So
I waited too long.
what were we gonna do? Oh, so here's XLM real quick on the weekly timeline. March 12th is when we had the big crash, but you can see how awesome it's been doing this month.
What was that on the month view?
This is the weekly. Here's another one, which my friend swears by, XRP. It's the #3 coin in the space, but it's kind of doing pathetically. XLM is a competitor for XRP, except XLM is building their network from the ground up, letting the people have access, where XRP is partnering with banks like Swift and Bank of America, so that Bank of America can use their fee and their program in the background.
Boycott them. Go for
Weird. I wonder if they're gonna like have everything be Bitcoin. Imagine like you're giving someone a book, but the cover of that book is gonna say USD.
Leave it.
So like
Get
PayPal.
Yeah.
So crypto.com allows you to get, I've sent a link to this too. You can get a snazzy little metal debit card that's just linked to your crypto wallet. So you just spend it wherever you go. So you can already do that.
So I can have a tax haven.
Yeah.
But I'll pay whatever tax, say sales tax. Right. So say in this hypothetical, my 2,000 goes to 28,000. I decide I want to do absinthe in Vegas with you. with this debit card, I can buy the plane tickets, buy the hotel, and I'd be spending it like it's USD.
Yeah.
Hot diggity damn.
That said, I haven't used it, so I can't say personally. What's up, man?
Okay, the take profit and the stop loss. Okay, how long? What time frame? When you set that up, does the time frame just include until it hits those either or of those points? Is that how long that time frame is when you start it, or can you put a specific like an hour or 4 hours, or like that they do?
Normally, it
Close
is.
out.
Normally it is good till canceled. So if I put a limit order on there, it stays there forever until it's filled.
Until, yeah. And that's basically what we're going to start trading on, like, as beginners, $50 or whatever. Is
Yeah, I would do post only and good till cancel.
Good.
So you can also do paper trading. ByBit has a fork of their website where you can trade, but not using actual money. I don't have that link, but it exists.
What?
Yeah. It's
Wow.
just imaginary.
Oh, just
you can
to
just-
practice?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So what were we gonna do next? Y'all want to check out my account?
Yeah, man. Let's see how rich you are.
Oh, there's my fucking beer. Holy shit. You want one?
Fuck yeah! I
Oh,
want
so these are all your transactions. These are all your trades, huh?
Marionberry.
Very embarrassed. See that $1,000 trade right there?
I had a what?
Isn't that $1,000? That third one down?
Oh, is
That one?
valid?
Yeah.
No, that is 0.01 Bitcoin, which is like $80.
No, it's not. I got
Point-
0.003.
100th of Bitcoin, which is $80 right now, 87. So this is my account. I started with 17.17, and that was 2 weeks ago.
$17?
0.17 Bitcoin.
Oh,
So I'm getting close to doubling my account in 2 weeks.
I'm sorry. Say that again. I was fucking with the stupid XLM.
You dick. I started my account at 0.17. I'm now at 0.27.
so that's $1,700.
Bitcoin to start.
This is just like 1% of all my crypto. This is just
Well,
I
yeah,
don't
but
know
I'm
what
saying that's like 1,700 though, right? That 0.17.
no. It says it right here.
Oh,
So
shit.
0.17 was 1250, but that was also at like 7,500 Bitcoin price. So you can see it's fluctuating as the Bitcoin price fluctuates.
Yeah.
So then you can kind of hit this on multiple levels because I think I don't know if you guys all have healthy 401ks. I had to liquidate mine, keep my house. You can manually manage your 401ks a lot more than you used to be able to. So you can buy cryptocurrency with your 401ks, but you can't actively manage it like this.
True.
But say if you have a lot of faith in it, you can just say if you have a killer employee match, like Boeing does 75 cents on the dollar up to 8%.
I would absolutely recommend that because your dollar cost averaging, you're taking it off your plate. It's tax free. You're getting the price match from your company. Like, that's all good.
Nice.
Okay.
And you could ride that wave that way, as opposed to having them do traditional stocks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure you can mix it up, be safe.
So, which again, traditional stocks, like, they're going up right now, but that's because the Federal Reserve is just throwing money at it. So they're getting money and their stock's going up, but inflation is happening. So it's actually just staying level or actually might be going down if you take the value of the dollar, the purchasing power of the dollar into account.
Fucking assholes.
Man.
That's why they're giving us $1,200 each, because it's only really like $300
It will
when
be.
it's all said and done. Like Obama did and Bush, they gave us 3 bills, stimulus check.
Yeah.
For what? I was probably too young.
I don't remember.
You don't remember that?
I don't remember why they did it.
Oh, stimulus check. Some part of the deal because the banks got bailed out and shit or something.
Just because they can.
Oh yeah, we bailed them out trillions of dollars. Here's $300
And they give us
for you.
$300
for you. Huh.
Fucking assholes. But okay, so so we need to get on the VPN first before we start doing all this, right?
True. So real quick, this is my history. You can see I had a slight dip as I was learning. My total loss was 0.0036 or something. but then I turned it around and started making money. So you're going to go through this too. Just make sure when you're in this learning phase that you're not betting too much, that your risk to reward is good. Don't use too much leverage. Take your time in the learning phase. Get a working strategy before you start going big. And even then, the most I've ever put down on a position is $500. Don't use more than a quarter of your account. So here we can go through all my trades. Here I've got 1/10,000th of a Bitcoin, -2 to 1/10,000th of a Bitcoin. There's 1,000, but you see it's tiny amounts, tiny wins, but they all add up to 1/10 of a Bitcoin.
Profits and losses, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So all these little wins amount to one big win.
Yeah. Hey man, I apologize, man.
What's up?
Oh, man.
What?
Drain the main vein, yo.
Okay.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Holding it in, bro. I'll be right back.
Get the
Y'all
fuck
keep
out of
doing
here.
what
So I more so believe in the concept of cryptocurrency and keeping the government out of finances. It's ironic. I don't want to attack the shit out of corporations, but I like to delegate. So say if I find a friend of mine who doesn't really have a lot of money to invest in Bitcoin, but is really good at gambling and analyzing in theory, I could give them some Bitcoin and then have them manage one of my accounts and just give them a percentage of the trades and then just take that.
Are you propositioning me?
I'm thinking of other people. You actually have a job.
That's what it sounds like.
I've got smart, nerdy friends who don't work. I spend hundreds of hours playing MMOs.
Yeah, you could do that.
For instance, I was thinking, obviously yourself or Drew, who wouldn't want to invest in it, but I know Drew would be amazing at this.
He would.
And Drew, you just monitor this. Portion of my money is your money.
Wasted potential. So I was thinking, actually, if you guys actually get into this, we could start a little group, maybe like profit share a little bit. Like we each take 5% off of our takings for the week and we all split it like a tip share. Keep each other balanced.
If there's a way to just easily transfer that, I guess I'm in.
It's just with any wallet, you would just transfer it.
Is this a profit share to
You just-
keep anyone from losing too much
Wallet
money?
to wallet.
What was that, Bryce?
So you just there's more of a question. So you pretty much you can just send wallet to wallet with very, very minimal fees, right?
And some coins are cheaper than others, some are faster, some have different features. You just kind of got to research it. But yeah, Bitcoin, that's the gist of it.
What features? How can it have features?
Each cryptocurrency has a technology behind it that makes it unique. XLM, for example, is trying to make it so that you can use any kind of currency to pay in any kind of currency. XLM does the same thing, except they require you to go through a bank to make this transfer of money.
Because they're trying to stay relevant.
They're trying to
Fuck ass bank.
keep it regulated.
Fuck banks. Okay, so we gotta set the VPN up and all that before we start trading, right?
Yeah, have you?
No. Can I use Tor browser?
I don't care what you use.
Which one are you using?
I'm using NordVPN. It was $4.
That's old, right?
I'm using Pure VPN, and I did so with NordVPN right now, I think if you do it just a single month, it's like $11 a month. You do it month by month, and then if you do it, depending on how much you do, obviously the price goes down. I think if you do like 3 years all at once, it's like $3 something a month.
That's what I did.
With Pure VPN, I did a full year for like $23.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
A full year for how much?
I think it was like 23 or something like that.
Oh, well, I'm just gonna fucking do that.
Nord VPN.
He uses.
God, I really want someone like Andrew Yang to get us that
Funny
universal
going.
basic income. In Saudi Arabia, these motherfuckers get like, if you are a Saudi citizen, I think they get like $80,000 like a year just for being Saudis for oil. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Alaska too,
God.
right?
Alaska, you get $500 a year. It used to be a bit more, but you know,
I thought it
Yang.
was $1,000 a month.
What was that?
I thought it was like you got $1,000 a month.
That was with Andrew Yang, and his whole thing was, you know, Google, Amazon, Microsoft. They've been not fucking us, but these companies could never have been what they are in any other country other than China, but then China would own the company. So, and these companies never pay any fucking money in taxes. So this whole thing is, you know, have them all give back, put that money into the economy. Because I don't know about you, like I scratched my car 2 years ago. I haven't had $600 to go get it repainted. It's always gonna be something else, right? So put that money back in the Americans' hands and like fucking crypto.
Yeah, bro. Crypto, baby.
I want to show you guys. I want to show you guys one more indicator on TradingView. This is called. This is called the Bollinger Bands. Write that down. It's nice and easy to follow.
Is that similar to RSM?
It is actually. So this red line in the middle is a moving average. This is a 20-period moving average.
Bollinger Bands 20?
Yeah, that's just the default. I usually leave most of them on default because default means most people are looking at that same thing. And you want to be looking at the same thing as other people.
How's the Bollinger Band different than RSI?
So the Bollinger Bands are completely different from RSI, except that they have this middle moving average. So you see the bands on the outside, but they basically follow this moving average. The difference is when the price peaks outside of the bands expand a little bit and indicate volatility. So
Wait,
every time,
I'm sorry. Okay, the bands, the Bollinger Bands, right?
yeah.
And what? Okay, I'm sorry. What was it that shows volatility?
I was about to get to that. So whenever they peak outside of the bands,
Not at a wick.
well, the wick and the body popped out here. I think it's the wick that it's measured by. That would make sense. But whenever it peaks out here, it expands these bands. They widen up. You can see here it got really fat.
Mm-hmm. It got fat right there because it protruded out right before, right?
Yeah, so when you get an area of consolidation, it gets really tight. But then it peaks out again and it expands some more. So, Luna, cut it out. I don't care.
What's that?
Hey, sit. This bitch is crazy. So the point to see here is that every time it peaks out, that signals to you.
Oh, little pug.
That signals to you that it's overbought. And every time that it peaks out, it normally comes back in towards the center. Now see, it went the other side here and was oversold, but then it came back in. Overbought, came back in. Almost oversold, came back in. Overbought, came back in. If you use these, you can easily track what the market might be about to do. So right now, we are in the upward half of it. I wouldn't recommend trading the middle. I would wait until maybe we get outside of the bands or we get below the bands, above or below.
When you say trading, buy or sell?
No, both. So if we're below, I would possibly buy with the expectation that it's probably going to come back towards the center, and then I would sell. But if we're above, then I would possibly short it instead of longing it.
Right. You want to act when it's in a position where you can kind of anticipate momentum, right?
Mm-hmm.
And why would you use the Bollinger Bands aside from just looking at the wicks? It looks like it tells you the same information, just in a different visualization.
So without the Bollinger Bands, you can kind of see the information, but if you were to like stop right there, one could assume that it's just blasting off. It's ready to go to the moon. Same with here. All I see is up. I don't see any reason it's turning back away. But when you put the bands on it, you can see, okay, we're a little bit outside of normal. It's probably going to come back in. Same thing here. It looks like it was about to dump and go all the way to the bottom, but we were outside the bands, so that would be an indicator to me that it's probably going to come back in. And it did a little bit. It continued down, but eventually it came back up.
How much does this show you into the future, I guess? Because hindsight's always 20/20, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
I don't know.
This is an example. We're at the edge of your screen here. So you can follow this imagery of the band.
yeah, like I said, we're kind of in the middle of the range. It can go either way right now. I wouldn't really put a prediction on this, but if we were to step back 2 hours, I could have told you that we're outside of the range. We're on the top end. We're probably going to come back. And it went up a little bit,
yeah.
but then it came back down. So I
This
could
is
have
that big,
made,
drop Josh saw, right?
I could have made, yeah, Josh called this. I could have made 1.24%, but on 10 times leveraging, that's 12.4%.
And that would have been if you sold short.
That would be a short sell on 10 times leverage, which again, don't start on 10. Don't do it. You'll get wrecked.
Don't even start on sell.
So just 2, right?
Okay.
Start on 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
Build up. Get my couple dollars here, couple dollars there.
Yeah.
I'm going to go help the ladies cook some stuff.
Okay.
I have learned a lot. Good.
Hell yeah, John. Fuck yeah, dude.
I hope this is
Can we-
valuable. I hope it's enough to get you guys going and not wrecked. I don't want you wrecked.
No, this is bad. This is
Hey, if
super
we
helpful.
if we need, can we do this again, man? Get a little review fresher or something.
Sure. And I mean, you guys are part of the group. You can message me anytime. You have my phone number. Fucking call me, whatever.
John. Oh, John.
I'm happy to be doing this, sharing this experience with y'all. So I'll help however I can. What the fuck are you doing, Josh?
Oh,
Fucking
God.
guy. Did you see that, Bryce?
No, I didn't.
If you hover over your window, you can go to tile mode or something, and you can see all of us at once.
What?
Oh, yeah, I already see y'all. That's how I've been.
So, questions?
I know I got some, but they aren't coming to mind right now. But I think most of it was about just reading trends and stuff like that. And then also I need to mess around with ByBit and just to kind of get the hang of
For sure.
So-
actually getting trades and stuff.
Start
ByBit.
try it out.
ByBit.
Testnet.bybit.com that you can do the paper trading.
What?
Testnet.bybit.com.
Oh yeah. Where did you learn a majority of this?
YouTube mostly. I've read a few things in the Discord group. They have a ton of material. A lot of books are on there. And of course you can talk to the traders anytime and just run ideas past them. They'll tell you, no, that's fucking stupid, or actually I'm thinking this, or hell yeah, you're right.
That's something that I'm definitely considering that Discord group as well. I am freshly unemployed, so I've got lots of time right now.
Yeah, oil is taking a dump. I'm
Oh,
sorry,
yeah,
man.
Yeah, everybody got.
So is this going to be your main source of income?
My only currently, but yeah, well, I mean, well, I want to try it out and see how it goes, and if I can get it to a point where I can, generate enough income off of it, then yeah, maybe.
Sure, you're telling me too, man. It's gonna be my investment fund. I'm gonna keep working, and if I can make money off of this, I'm gonna put it into other shit.
Yeah, and so again, you got to spend money to make money. If you have good
Money
tools,
don't make money, baby.
If you have good
You have what?
tools and you have good support, you're going to make more money most likely. Also, if you have more money to put down on a bet, then you'll make more money too. But again, you have to manage your risk.
You can lose more too, right?
Yeah.
Set
But
your
so
take profits and your
stop losses.
stop loss.
So if you put $1,000 down, but you have a 5% stop loss, I'm only going to lose $50. But 25%, I could make $250. So I'm comfortable with that. Just make sure you're coming in the right direction. So if we look at this TradingView thing right now, actually we can analyze this right now. So we have this huge wick to the downside, which tells me that these rocket boosters are firing at full. There's a lot of sell side pressure to push this back up. So I might long this. I wouldn't actually at this moment. I would probably wait till it hits. Let's see. If I'm being super risky, I would long it. I wouldn't short it. Definitely wouldn't
And
short.
so your metaphor, rocket boosters is basically support, right?
Yeah. Support and sell side pressure, buy side pressure. It kind of tells you what the sellers are doing. So the price probably went down a little bit and people got liquidated. People in longs got liquidated. So as it hit their stop loss, their position was closed and $5,000, if we're using my example, put 500 down at 10% or 10 times, that's 5,000 positions. So if my long got stop lossed there, 5,000 would be sold, which would cause it to come down, which would liquidate more and cause it to come down and down and down. But there are buyers on the other side waiting with limits in position to buy this when it gets down there. So that's probably what the was.
They're thinking long, right? When they buy it that low.
Yep. We were actually on something else with XBT. I don't know, but this is what we're looking at. This is BTC USD on ByBit.
So this is Bitcoin to US dollar.
Yeah, on ByBit.
So this is what.
This is
So I need to get
actual data.
So I need to get a ByBit account or something?
This is all on TradingView. This has nothing to do with ByBit.
Oh, okay.
But you do need a ByBit account.
Is there a reason why you choose that where you currently have your funds? That wallet?
Why I have everything in there?
Is there a reason that you've chosen that wallet specifically?
Ledger?
Yeah. Okay. So what's the difference between a ledger and a wallet?
A ledger is a wallet, but it's a hardware wallet. So you have hardware wallets and you have software wallets like Coinbase, ByBit, BlockFi. Those are all software.
Like a USB, right?
Those are all software wallets. It's kind of complicated because BlockFi actually stores 98% of your funds in hardware wallets.
But since it's not 100%.
Yeah, it's still secure, but they say not your keys, not your funds. So my hardware wallet, I have the keys. If someone were to take that, they wouldn't even be able to get my money, even if they had it, because there's a PIN code on it. There's also a password on my Ledger Live that I showed you. If I were to drop it in a lake, I could still recover it because I have my seed phrase. So then I can get a new ledger, put that seed phrase in there, and restore my wallets.
So I'm getting lost on this metaphor. So
yeah,
you don't have a physical device. You don't have a physical hardware.
I do.
Right?
1 second.
You do. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a little hard or USB or a little external hard drive.
Okay. Flowers that were left on the doorstep?
Yeah, I've seen them before. I was trying to get into this like in 2012, I think. Yeah. I love the idea of decentralized currency.
Thank you, Bryce, for the fireproof envelope. So this is my ledger. So I have to enter my password and then it opens up. And if I plug this into a USB or hook it up through Bluetooth to my phone, then it will give my phone my public and private keys, which essentially gives it access to my accounts. So this little thing is the only way I can do anything with all that money I showed you. Without this,
is still active. Like you can still with that you're still able to.
You mean sync it with the live market numbers? Is that what you're trying to say?
no, it can do that already. So that app knows how much I have in my account, but it can't do anything with it because it doesn't have the keys, which are in here.
Yeah.
Right.
So it can recall that I have this much in that account and that today that much is worth this much USD, but that's where it stops without the wallet.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right.
But because it is still in that account being stored in, I don't know, whatever, Bitcoin or Chainlink or whatever else, it's still moving with the market, right? Like it's still being stored in those specific currencies.
Yeah, so just like the silver bars I have in my safe, they're still moving in value, but they're actually just sitting in my safe.
Yeah. Okay. And so as far as that your hardware wallet goes, how do you go about setting that up?
Buy one. I bought mine on Amazon, but they don't technically recommend that. They say buy it straight from Ledger.
So you buy it from wherever you're going to be storing it, or is Ledger a company?
Ledger is a company.
Okay.
Yeah.
What? Let me see, Josh.
Gotcha.
Silver?
Yeah, that's just a little bit. I got a whole bunch of it.
Josh, I thought you had like a terabyte gig network connection. Like, why is your shit so choppy?
What? It's probably because my computer, the thing, the camera.
Right on. That's awesome, man.
I got a bunch of it. Oh, these are cool though. Look, the thing. Oh, Vikings.
That's cool.
That's a hand poured. I like the hand poured. They still stack good too.
That's cool, man.
But those are just 5 ounces. These are the. Oh shit. Pour those. Oh yeah, look. I don't have that much gold, but.
And frozen.
See these two. There's 5 grams and 1 gram. Or
Just shavings or coins? They little cubes?
yeah, little bitty bars.
Cool, man.
But
I want to get gold, but that is expensive. So the reason I bought silver is silver hasn't seen the pump that gold has yet. So like one of y'all was saying, you buy one coin and then you sell it for another coin as they fluctuate.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm trying to do with the silver. So I bought it low, and as it comes up to gold, then maybe I trade it. Make some money.
And oh, that's a good idea to trade it for gold. Hell yeah. I was just keeping it, just ride it out because they said it's supposed to hit some all-time epic historical high, like $50 or something within 2 years.
Silver?
That's what they said.
Yeah.
And then with the devalue of the dollar, they said they're gonna want more.
Yeah. I mean, just like how I said people are going into Bitcoin, people are also going into silver and gold.
Yeah. Something that's tangible. not just fucking numbers on a damn computer that some jackass can erase. Well, no, you broke. You broke, liar, you broke. Fuck that. Oh, these are cool too. Look.
Jolly Roger.
Yeah, thick, man.
So, back on topic. What do you guys think?
And I'm down like a clown, Charlie Brown.
I'm excited. It's a lot, but I got time.
I
So.
get it. I've already been trying to teach myself about the shit anyways. So I
Good.
get what you're saying. You cleared a lot of shit up.
In
But,
the group chat, I would suggest subscribing to all those YouTubers I suggest. That's where I get a lot of my information. That's at least where I got my start.
yeah, I will. But okay, so like I said, set up VPN. I need to get a ByBit account. I need to get a TradingView account, and then eventually a ledger like you. Or what's that one with the card that you said, the metal card?
Crypto.com.
What.com?
Crypto.com.
Crypto.
And they actually allow you to stake Link, which I might get a crypto account just for that.
It allow you to do what?
Stake Link. So staking is essentially making interest. It's a little technical, but so Bitcoin miners make Bitcoin from proof of work. They have huge computers, huge server warehouses that process transactions, and they get newly minted Bitcoin based on that work that they've done. But proof of stake works differently in that I can run it off of my laptop, and all that I need is enough, what's the word, collateral. So I need to have like 10,000 of these coins, and then I can open up a node. So if my node starts doing nefarious shit, they will start taking money out of my account. That's how proof of stake works. That's how basically anyone can start a node. You don't have to be this super powerful mining facility. But basically, I can delegate my coins to somebody that has 10,000 coins, and then they can stake that for me, taking a little percentage for themselves.
I don't know. More on that later. I'm still wrapping my head around this trading view.
1, 2,
But
3, 4, 5, 6.
I don't know, man. That's what y'all want to do. Circle jerk it.
You first.
Chatterbait.
Couple notes I got here. Haste makes waste. Don't be FOMOing. Fear of missing out. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm. I've done that a lot in the past.
If you're worried that you're missing out on something, you already have. You already missed out. Catch the next one. There's always gonna be the next one. Slow is smooth, and smooth is fast money.
Okay.
So take it easy. Plan and attack.
And we can start trading right with $50, like you said, on
Sure.
TradingView.
If you're starting with $50, I wouldn't put any position in larger than say $10.
Wait, no position in what?
No position larger than $10. Don't do any trade that's more than like 25% of your account.
Okay. And then
If you
Hang on, I
put
gotta write that down.
your account, if you put in 100% of your account and you take a loss on that, that will hit you in the gut and you will not want to keep going. But if you lose 5%, of the 25% that you got, that's no big deal.
yeah.
25% of that 25%, you're in the green, you're feeling good, and you want to keep going.
So So say you put a long position in.
Mm-hmm. Do you
And
want to share your screen?
huh?
You want to share your screen?
I don't know how.
I'm working on it.
Huh?
So Go to the Zoom
So,
window.
huh?
Go to your
Can you
Zoom.
not see us, Bryce?
Huh?
Can you not see us?
Yeah, I can see you guys.
Oh,
Basically what I'm saying is, say you put a long position in, and I'm still trying to fully grasp the leveraging.
I have a baby on me.
is that you? That's your baby?
I don't have a
No,
baby.
it's Henry and Shakana's baby.
Oh, I was about to say, oh my. I was about to go like, Mama.
Just thinking baby, man.
Huh?
Except he lives with 2 dogs, a dragon, and me. So
Oh, Lee John. What's up, lace pants?
what's up, Joshy Poo?
How come y'all don't get on Fallout 76 no more?
You know, I
You?
was thinking about that the other day. I was like, I should play with Joshy Poo.
Hey, they updated it. They got the NPCs and shit now.
No
You go
kidding.
get it. So it is actually like Fallout 4 now, just online.
Yeah, Bryce, you gonna play too?
What, Fallout 76?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. They updated it.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I got plenty of time. I don't have it. But
Yeah, I'll jump on if you guys do.
I thought you had it. I thought we got it for you.
do I have it? Awesome.
He sold it back. He'd rather have the cash.
Oh no. We tried to set it up, but it wouldn't work. I'll have to buy it to play it. But yeah.
It's a lot better. I mean, it's just like Fallout now with regular NPCs and storylines. You know, affect the story and shit. It's a baby. Hey man, you can't vape by that baby, man.
The baby came into my vape. That's
Nah, no.
Oh.
Look what
Let's
you
not
did.
sit on John.
Look what you did.
He's just a boy.
I did nothing. I did nothing.
You vaped all over him. Okay. How do you? Do you have a certain formula that you like to use to determine where you're gonna put your stop loss versus where you want to put your take profit?
Yeah. So I think we lost all of our horizontals, but we can start them from scratch. Why not? Let me just... So you guys
So
can
everything
right?
we're gonna need is in this trading view, right? To keep real time.
What?
Like all our shit's just gonna be in trading view, right?
This is where you do your technical analysis.
Yeah.
So starting fresh, I see some heavy resistance here, which makes sense. It's around 9,000. And remember, people have high significance for round numbers, as any of us would, right?
So okay, when you're looking at your resistance, you're averaging the peaks.
So it just hit that same resistance point just a minute ago, right? Or just an hour ago, that 9,000.
And it retracted. So
Right.
that proves the point that this holds significance for people. In their minds, it holds significance.
Right.
Another one I want to hit is maybe this one. See, it lines up here. It hit and rejected here. It hit and had a huge wick, rejected there.
Uh-huh.
Another one maybe right here. You can see this has a lot of hits. There.
Hey, what's that line right there before?
There. All across right there. That's a hot zone.
Hey, John, what's that line before you put that green line that you just changed? The line right above it. What's that line?
That's the current price.
Oh, okay.
So I'm on TradingView right now. I'm trying to get to your screen.
What are you doing, Josh? Or Bryce?
I'm trying to get to your screen right now.
Did you already set up an account, Bryce?
You can't see my screen?
Yeah. No, I can't. I'm trying to match mine to yours.
Oh, okay. So I'm on BTC USD. If you just
Got
search
it?
here, you'll get a whole list, but you want to pick the ByBit list.
Yeah, so I'm right here.
Oh, scroll up a little bit and you should see a full featured. Is that the full featured chart?
Hang on.
Do you want to just try and see if you can share your screen? You should be allowed to.
I could share.
Yeah, and I worked in the room next to his with the older kids, and all of a sudden the other teachers bringing the trip in, and it looks like
Let me go back to yours really quick.
and he had this gash. It wasn't big, but it was right here, right on this bone next to his eye. So I took him
What am I looking for right now?
So I'm looking for consolidation. Not consolidation, but I'm looking for areas where price action was stopped out cold and brought back. So long wicks,
Right, yeah.
and then the body. What are you looking for?
Mhm.
Like the tool? What tool are you looking for?
No, I'm just trying to make my I'm just trying to make my graph match yours.
How can I help you reach that goal?
Give me a sec. 1 second. Perpetual futures contract?
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. I guess I wanted to make sure it was online.
Okay. We're good. Go back.
Okay. So I've got my 3 lines of resistance. When I hit these lines, it's going to go red, so I color it red personally. Now I want to get 3 lines of support. I'm going to choose this one because you see it hit there, it hit there, 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 there.
So typically, you're gonna want at least 3 lines before. Wait.
I personally do.
Okay.
And this is all centered around generally where the price action is. So I guess you could start with the outliers. So that
Are you on hourly right now?
Yeah.
1 hour?
yeah. 1 hour is a pretty fair place to start. It's not too fast, it's not too slow. You can make good money off of it. Like the range here is almost $500, and on 10 times, that's $5,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's of course, if you were no, scratch that.
2 times leverage.
So if I put $87 in at 100 times, which I definitely don't recommend, then I could make $500 on this swing from top to bottom.
Right.
What I would personally do would be to put $500 in at 10 times, which would give me 5,000 positions, at which point I could make the better part of 500 here. I'd probably make 350 or something from bottom to top or top to bottom. So we've got our outside of our range set. We want to get a couple points in the middle so we can ladder into our position. So I chose this one because it stopped out this downward trend and forced it to start going upwards.
Mm-hmm.
I chose this one because it has quite a few points on it. And this one, again, I might delete that one. That one's kind of lame. All right. So we got all our positions. The price action is pretty much in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to this first line and I'm going to put $500 on it, a limit order at 87.26. So I'm looking at these wicks here they go down below that quite a bit. So I want to catch the best price that I can. So I might lower that to 8,700. Now,
Right.
8,700 itself being a round number and a significant round number, there's going to be a lot of resistance there. So as it gets closer and closer to 8,700, there's going to be more and more pushback. So I might put it at 8,703 or 8,705 to make sure that it gets it before it turns back around.
Mm-hmm.
Then once I get that order in, I put my stop loss outside of my range. I will probably make it big enough so that it doesn't get wicked out, like if this were to happen again. So I'd put it somewhere around 83.50, and that's a really wide stop loss. So, but again, this is only $50 on 10 times. So if it comes down here, that's like 20%. Say, I would only lose $20.
Those wicks are basically just like an abrupt spike and then retract, right?
It could be. It could have come in, gone down, up, down, up, down, up, but it eventually settled there. It opened there, and it settled there at the end of the hour.
Ah, okay, okay. So those wicks aren't necessarily going to be the same, an accurate time duration, right?
They're just a reference point for the highs and the lows of that hour
within that open and close.
Yeah,
right. The open and close show the body, and the high and low show the wick.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So open and close is the body, the high and the low is the wick.
Yeah. So I've opened my first position. My stop loss is at 8,400. My take profit is going to be at 9,000, probably just below that to ensure that I get it, because there's no guarantee to go above this. Remember, we're ranging top to bottom, just ranging. So we're going to buy on the low side, sell on the top side. And again, remember, you can do the inverse of all this: short on the top side, sell on the low side. But for simplicity, we're going to do longs in this example. So now I come in and set my limit order on my next rung down at 86.20. 86.24 sounds good because it's above that round number. Good chance it's going to get hit. So I'm going to put 1,000 on that one. Then come down all the way to the bottom, 85.60. You see how all these, like I just put them in based on where the candles were stopping, what it looked like to me. But all of these numbers, if you look, they're all centered around round numbers. The price action normally tends to gravitate towards 20s, 60s, and zeros.
Yeah.
Line.
You said 60s?
20s, 60s, and zeros is a lot of what I've been seeing.
Okay.
I guess we'll learn that pattern when we see it too, more and more.
And that might have something to do with Fibonacci. Like Fibonacci has a crazy correlation with this. You can see it's kind of a Fibonacci scale here too. What are those? 90, 20, 0, 0, and 60. Kind of 50.
It's a generalized Fibonacci scale.
Yeah. So I've got my 500, my 1,000, and my 1,500. All of the stop losses are down here at 8,400. My take profit is up here at 9,000.
Right.
Once the position is in place, I can also put limit orders to ladder myself out. So at 88.53, I could put a ladder order to take 500 profit. At 8,900, I can take 1,000 profit. And once it hits 9,000, I can take the grand prize and pull out 1,500. And that minimizes your risks and guarantees that you actually take something home when all this is said.
Right.
Damn. Cool, man.
So how's it going?
It's going.
Good.
Shit up.
I'm
I got the Brave browser. I signed up with TradingView.
Nice.
Verify.
Make sure you enable your advertising, your Brave rewards.
Oh yeah, I did, but it said I had to add a tip or something, and then
You don't have to give a tip. You can turn that off.
well, I don't know. I did something, but
Go to reward settings, and right here, auto contribute. Turn that shit off. Fuck them. They already get ad contributions, so they don't need my money.
Hey, can you go to back on that chart whenever you get a chance? Can you click on settings?
What's the weirdness? Your background?
I mean, background's one thing, but it's not just that. I'm just trying to get it to match up. I just want to be looking at the same thing.
I've changed a couple things. Like these are a little different.
Yeah, okay.
You can fucking Technicolor it up if you want.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's closed.
no, I like the sea ocean blue.
Background.
How's baby Emery? Emery recovered?
I don't think he's recovered yet.
I'll be back. I traumatized a baby.
Oh hell!
I don't think you want to check.
Hey, I'm about to go smoke cig, Bryce. So you keep doing your thing. Come on, man.
Yeah.
After I confirm my email. Hey, my name on TradingView is Beanbags.
Beanbags?
Beanbags. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't even know what my name is.
Fucking beanbags. What's this pro? Awesome.
Oh, I forgot a beer.
My trading view. That's hilarious.
What's up, bitches?
Hey, biatch. Hey, you little biatch.
So, hey, if you look at the chart right now on my screen, you can see it hit the moving average in the middle of the Bollinger Band, and it's starting to come back.
Yeah.
Now the new hour's opened up.
Now what?
Now the new hour has opened up.
Gotcha.
And if you follow history back, it does this again. So there it pulled back, but it continued down. But it kept along this line, moved up, went outside the range, and retracted. So using your horizontals, you can get a pretty good idea of what's going to happen.
And that, you said horizontal?
Mm-hmm. That's all the horizontal lines we've put in.
Gotcha.
Let me add a little bit of visual representation for you guys.
Hold on, I'm trying to get to mine too.
And You add the Bollinger Bands by clicking on that.
Up here.
Yeah, okay, got it.
Are
You
you, are you dual screening it, or do you have a little webcam?
Oh no, I'm using my phone for Zoom, and then I've got the computer here.
Cool. Man, yeah, I can't show you guys, but I just got this new laptop. It's fucking sick. It actually has, like, the touchpad is a screen.
What?
Yeah,
What
the
kind
touchpad is a screen. It's a Asus ZenBook Pro. It also does the whole flip around thing, so it turns into a tablet. So I could be watching Crypto Newton down on my touchpad while I'm looking at my charts on the main screen.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think it's pretty cool.
Okay, I was wrong. I can't find the Bollinger Band. So you click on that. Gotcha.
And then search, you can just do BB and it pops up. Then you can add it to your favorites, and then it'll be right there as soon as you open your indicators and strategies window.
Oh, cool.
There are a couple
Do you
other
pay
things
for
here.
TradingView?
There are a couple other things here if you want to check it out and maybe add it.
Yes, I do. Andres? What is that?
That is just a shit ton of moving averages.
Okay.
Fucking Andre.
Fucking Andre.
Oh,
Andre?
We could look at MACD, actually.
oh, y'all can do that. I'm about to. I'm
gonna load it up. We're gonna do a whole bunch of.
Plus, somebody go smoke cig. My nig.
Wish I had one. So this
Oh my god.
advanced.
What is this connect to broker? What does that mean?
That means that you can trade from TradingView if you connect a compatible broker.
Wait, I can't quit.
You can trade from trading. You connect a compatible broker.
Which would be like Coinbase.
Coinbase isn't really a broker or a trading platform.
So what do you use?
I use ByBit.
Oh, yeah, I got a ByBit account.
Are you guys with me?
Nah, man. I'm trying to set all the shit up.
So you went.
So I'm challenging you guys with additional indicators now. So this is called hash ribbons down here. And I don't know how they come up with this information, but it works. So every time there's a buy signal, if you come up here, buy, and then it comes up. Then it drops. And again, buy. And you can see it already started launching.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So that's a quick and easy one. I don't imagine you'll have any immediate use for that because it'll probably be 6 months before we see that again. MACD.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you first.
No, it'll be better later. Go ahead.
Okay, let it marinate.
Okay.
So MACD kind of shows us momentum in the market, and this is a trailing indicator. So something will happen, and then you can kind of get an idea of where it's headed. So the thing to look for here is M's and W's. So you can see right here, we have an M, and that indicated that it's about to move down, and it did. It was coming up, but then the M completed and it crossed over and it came down a little bit. There's another one, and it completed, and then it came down a lot a bit.
Usually it doesn't go any further than an M or a W.
It can, but you're looking for it to cross over.
So like
And
this
typically
coming
we'll
up one
cross
is
over
the hump of the
W.
end.
Yeah, whatever you said.
The first, this coming up trend at the very end. The current, yeah, right here coming up. That's the first hump of the M, right?
Yeah, it could be, or it could be a extended multiple M. But so the thing about the M's is you want to wait for confirmation before you do anything about it. So on this M, that day right there, it came down, but then the next day it continued down. So I would have sold right there. And then you can see the following day it came down some more. Of course, then it came up and it crossed over here. I didn't get an M, I didn't get a W. I would just stay out of this for now. Here you can see a little M, and then it came down, it continued. So if I was in a position there, I would have sold. And you can see I saved my ass because it dropped a shit ton.
And we're talking long right here, right?
Yeah.
What was the indicator for you right there?
What's up?
What was the indicator for you right there that you should have that you would have wanted to sell?
So there was a little M here,
Mm-hmm.
and then it came down, and then it continued down, rising momentum. It was
Following day.
It was doing a trend. So that was an indicator that it was coming down, and I should probably get out. But here, back in March, we see this big W, and then it starts coming back up. So this continuing trend shows me that it is continuing to the upside. I probably would have bought right there, longed it. And if I did on that day at a max of 6,500, I would be, 30% up right now without leverage.
And so are these right here day highs, or what are?
They are 4 things as we covered. So, do you mean like this right here?
Yeah, like each bar.
What does that mean? You know what? I don't know. I just know what it represents, like the significance of it. I don't actually know how it's created.
Okay.
I think it might be the momentum of these moving averages. Right. So you can see as they slope up slowly, it kind of compounds, and this also slopes up. But as it comes down more quickly, these also expand more quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think it's a measure of the slope of the moving average.
And what is that called again? MACD?
That's the MACD.
MACD.
Yep. And here's that.
Gotcha. Little by little, we are getting these added. So you pay for TradingView?
Pro Plus, I paid like almost $200.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you need that for?
That allows me to put a shit ton of indicators on here. So you guys are going to be limited to like 3 per window, but I can put like 9.
So you paid $200 for that.
Gotta spend money to make money.
The fuck?
I was hitting times that I couldn't have the indicators that I needed, and it was limiting my productivity. That said, I've already paid back all of my dues for the Discord group. I've paid back my TradingView, and there's something else. I've paid back my VPN. So all that sunken cost, I've already made it back.
That's what's
Hey,
up.
2 things. One, can you go back to that indicator strategy list that you have bookmarked?
Yeah.
Second thing, as far as the Discord group goes.
So these last 3, they're different versions of the same thing.
Uh-huh.
RSI is just one moving average.
What would be the application of the three different ones?
Let's put them all up on there and compare.
Oh,
You again?
okay.
So we have stock RSI twice. So stock and stock RSI are the same fucking thing. So I'm gonna delete that.
Okay. Wait, they vary.
Yeah, this one has more numbers. So I think this is the one that Newton uses. I don't know. I'll have to look that up again. But whichever one Newton uses is the one I'm gonna keep.
Yeah, dude, I've watched each of his daily videos since you told me about him.
That man is legend.
Yeah. Yeah, he seems like he knows what he's talking about.
I think he has like 26 years experience.
Gosh. Hey, so on the how do you I don't, as far as the Discord group goes,
Mm-hmm.
how do you access it?
Like you want to sign up?
If I say I were to want to sign up, what would be the process?
You would download Discord and set up a account for yourself.
Okay, done.
Did you click the link that I gave you?
Yeah.
Are you gonna sign up for 6 months?
That's expensive, man.
I know it is. I know. No pressure. But you would go in there and you would friend request Newton and just tell him you want to sign up. Tell him your boy Jew sent you.
Your boy Jew.
What is your name on there?
Crazed Jew.
I didn't see you on the list.
Nags.
Yeah, I'm in there. That's my screen name I'm going by these days. So it's on TradingView, Twitter, all that shit.
Twitter. I guess I should get a Twitter, huh?
Oh, if you hit up Newton on Twitter, he said it in his videos, but he's giving out $100.
Yeah, I saw that.
If you hit him up.
But yeah, you have to like and share and some other stuff.
I'm gonna. Well, let's look at these. We forgot to look at these. We got distracted. So RSI, relative strength index.
Thank you.
The momentum was coming up, and it almost reached bull territory, and then it turned back down.
Okay, so those lines are what you would call bull and bear territory?
Yes. And again, I leave them as default because that's what everybody else is looking at.
You would call that like a breakthrough point?
Yeah, that is like standing on a bar stool or holding yourself underwater. Like you can't be there for long. It's got to break. So I guess
man.
They're all moving averages, the lines. I'm not sure how this is calculated. It looks different. Like this might be an exponential moving average, and this might be a standard.
So I'm doing something wrong here. I don't know if I have it on the wrong view, but everything on mine looks a lot more abrupt.
Abrupt.
Yeah, let me show you.
On your RSI.
Yeah, and I'm wondering. I thought I had it on hourly. What do you have it on?
Hourly.
Okay, yeah. Let me show you.
Are you on RSI or stochastic RSI?
Stochastic RSI.
Okay. What is your time frame that you're looking at?
Hourly. See, 1 hour.
From what time to what time? Like you might just be zoomed out.
I am at.
No, thank you. So on your RSI over here, your stock RSI, Do you have 3, 3, 14, 14 close?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, pretty much.
I have 3, 3, 14, 14 close.
It's like he's a kid, too.
And that is the stochastic or stochastic RSI?
Stochastic RSI.
That's weird. And you're on BTC USD on ByBit? That's BitMEX, right? BitBay.
BTC USD.
So look, it's Bitcoin / US dollar BitBay. So you're looking
That's
at
my problem.
BitBay
Okay.
data. So every exchange has their own price, and it'll fluctuate a little bit.
Okay. This is what's been bothering me the whole time. That's my issue.
Okay.
All right.
I don't even know what the hell y'all doing. Mine looks
So what
weird.
you're at? So it's BTC USD.
I heard
Uh,
let me-
Yeah, BTC USD. Search that, and you'll get ByBit. You'll see it on the right side. You get a list of all the markets.
ByBit. Gotcha. Okay. Cool. That's what I needed.
Cool.
And we're here.
And then
And
Does it
your
look like mine
view
now?
like little Jimmy didn't.
is your view on one day?
I was on 1 hour. Now I'm on 5 minutes. And I'm seeing that the price is oversold. It's in.
Oh no, I mean
Huh?
I'm talking about your overall view, not your increment.
Like the ones you get at Starbucks? Yeah.
1 sec.
Yeah, $20 stuff.